Good morning. On the lookout, severe weather threatens the Great Plains. Potential hail and straight-line winds possible. We're tracking the latest.
In the stars, NASA captures two stars colliding. The details are next in Space News.
I'm on top of the world.
And happy homecoming. From bed races to the big game, we have it all covered right here at your homecoming headquarters.
Get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with a special edition of Cardinal Weather.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather with Molly, Kaylee, and Tony across campus, and Tanner, Emerson, and Katie live from the Ball State Weather Center.
And good morning. We're waking up with Cardinal Weather. You're looking actually at our map right now. Current temperature is 52 degrees in Muncie, 50 down in Indianapolis. Meanwhile, back inside the Ball State Weather Center, I'm Tanner Holbrook.
And I'm Emerson Lehman. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Waking Up with Cardinal Weather as we're still checking out the current temperatures there. Chilly morning, Tanner.
Chilly morning around the state. You know, it's looking nice down there, about 47 degrees. I love those temperatures.
I love the cool fall temperatures. It's homecoming
It
week
is homecoming.
here on Ball State's
Yep.
campus. We are. I'm psyched.
I'm
excited.
pretty pumped. Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, football game on Saturday against Central Michigan. It's going to be a great weekend.
That's right, and you mentioned the football game on Saturday. Our very own Kaylee Plucho and Tony Sandleben are live at Schumann Stadium this morning. Tony and Kaylee, good morning.
Oh, God.
All that jazz. I am going to be up for so long.
All right, some technical
Yes,
difficulties
just a few
there.
technical difficulties.
Unfortunately.
Beautiful shot down there at Schumann Stadium.
They're on the field. They're enjoying it. We'll hopefully get to them eventually throughout the show today.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
yeah.
we will. You know, back to beautiful weather outside. It's sunny this morning. Did you see the sun coming up as we were walking into the studio?
a beautiful sunrise, and you know, our own Seth Toko, one of our production guys, was out there sending pictures from Schumann Stadium. He's actually out there with Tony and Kaylee,
Oh, yeah.
some beautiful pictures of the sunrise this morning. And we are getting word that we can head back to them now. So Tony and Kaylee.
What should we expect on the field from the team?
You know, I think going into this game, the biggest question going into tomorrow is going to be whether Ball State took the extra week that they had off to fix the obvious problem, which is the offense. You know, we are talking about a team that scored 3 points in the last 2 games, and I know Riley Neal's still out, so we have Jack Milas in for us again, and I think it's time for him to really take control of the football. You know, they have not been performing to the best of their ability that they can lately, so I think it's time to really get on the run-first offense. And with that being said, they really just got to get back with that and get going.
And then, Josh, you mentioned a little bit, speaking of the running game, about this bowling ball running back that they seem to have nowadays.
Right. James Gilbert's been out for the last couple weeks, and one of the guys that's actually stepped up for the Cardinals is Caleb Huntley. He's a true freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. He's put up some big numbers rushing, but he's one of the guys that likes to run north-south. He's going to get the ball. He's not going to try to dance around any defenders. He's going to try and just put his nose down and just run through people. And we saw that against Akron, where he was just running over guys. Couldn't punch it in from like the 2-yard line on 4th down. But I think that this game against a team that has struggles on the rushing defense, that's Central Michigan, and I think Caleb Huntley can have a big game. Like Kara said, if they stick to this run-first offense, that could be a big factor in actually taking home the W against Central Michigan and getting the season turned around.
And then what about defense? You know, we mentioned that the team has only scored 3 points in each of the last 2 games. They've also given up a large number of points as well in the last 2 games. So what's going to change there?
One of the problems that they're having is fourth quarter. They're being outscored about 30-52 in the fourth quarter, so they're not closing out games on defense. We saw that in the first couple weeks where there's close games all the way up into the end and be a last-minute drive, and the other team would take the victory there. And one of the problems that they were having is sacks. This was a team that was leading the nation, like top 15 in sacks and tackles for a loss. And the last 2 games, they've had 2 sacks. Anthony Winbush has not recorded a sack in the last 2 games. He's still top 5 in the nation with 7.5 sacks. But I think he and the defense need to put some pressure on a quarterback, especially against a Central Michigan team that likes to pass the ball. If they can hurry up the quarterback in the backfield, then they can start forcing turnovers and forcing the quarterback to make quick decisions, which can help put the offense back on the field so the Cardinals can get some points up on the board.
And then what about, it's the homecoming game, the homecoming atmosphere. It's
Right.
going to be exciting and whatnot. Kara, what are you most looking forward to just for the game in general?
I'm excited to bring Central Michigan in. I'm hoping to finally break this little losing streak we have against them, and it's always a packed house here, so I'm excited, and hopefully we get this win.
And Josh, what about you?
Well, like Kara said, it's always an exciting atmosphere here in Schumann Stadium, and if they can put all of those things together, like Kara said, they had that extra week off to work on some things, and if they actually took that time to implement some extra plays on offense, some new defensive schemes, it could be an electric day out here in Muncie.
Is there going to be any kind of surprise, like somebody standing out that maybe a name we've not heard of before or anything like that, maybe?
I talked to senior captain Vinny Palizzetti, and I don't know if this is a surprise, but he says that one of the best parts of homecoming is that all the alum come back and watch them, and it's kind of a cool thing. So we'll probably see a lot of Ball State football alum.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, well, I know we're hoping for a Ball State win tomorrow,
Right.
and the weather looks fantastic, guys. We are above average temperatures for tomorrow. We'll be like in the mid-70s, pretty light winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour, so that shouldn't really affect the game at all. And it'll be a great time for fans to come out and enjoy the nice weather and come to the game and really get to see these players do what they do best and hopefully pull out the wind. But right now in Muncie, we're sitting a little chillier this morning. We're in the mid to upper 40s in the northern part of the state, as well as Indianapolis sitting at around 50 degrees right now, Muncie at 52 degrees. So it's a little chilly out here, and I know a lot of us are feeling that right now as we're standing here at Schumann Stadium. Hopefully for today we'll warm up a little bit though, with the sun starting to rise just right now. So once that sun rises, we'll feel those warmer temperatures later today. 76 degrees is our high. Now bed races are today, that is at 11 a.m. So we'll probably be in the lower 70s by then. So still really nice out. You'll just need the light jacket this morning, but you can shed that off later this afternoon. For tonight, not getting that cool this evening. We're going to be a little bit warmer than today, so by 7 p.m. we'll be at around 66 degrees, 9 p.m. 58 degrees, a mostly clear sky, so that will allow us to cool down just a little bit more than normal when we'd have a few clouds in the area. By 11 we'll be at 55 degrees, probably waking up tomorrow in the lower 50s, so just a few degrees warmer than this morning. Football forecast, like I mentioned, it's going to be a great day for your Saturday. Mostly sunny skies, high of 75, which for that 3 p.m. kickoff, that'll probably be the approximate temperature. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, and just a fantastic day to get outside. If you're not heading to the football game, maybe go take the dog for an extended walk outside. He will love it. Now we also have another football forecast for Sunday. The Colts play at home, but a little bit different weather-wise. We'll be mostly cloudy, high of 70 degrees there for Sunday. So we could possibly see a few rain showers in the forecast. We've got about a 40% probability of seeing some rain, so definitely going to grab the rain gear if you're tailgating before, or maybe when you're heading from the game. May see a few little sprinkles just to get the windshield wipers going a little bit. Our 5-day rain chances, though, today and tomorrow, beautiful. Cold front starts to move in though, and we see cloudy skies come into the forecast and bring in those rain chances. So a 40% chance again on Sunday, as well as Monday, Tuesday, 30% chance of rain. So coming up, I'll be talking about more of that extended 7-day forecast, and I will be breaking down those rain chances. So make sure to stay tuned. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
The Great Lakes region. Okay, so the Great Lakes region, we favor wetter than average conditions. There's not really much of a tilt in terms of temperature until you get to the western Great Lakes, and then we do have a bit of a tilt towards colder than average. So some of those areas, Minnesota, the Dakotas, we do tilt wet and cold.
Well, believe it or not, winter is on the way, and a little bit later on in the show, we'll have a look at what you can expect with our winter outlook. And for the first time ever, scientists have observed the spectacular collision of 2 neutron stars, and this is a NASA animation of what they say happened. Neutron stars are amazingly dense and very small. They have masses bigger than our own sun, compressed into a body with a diameter roughly the size of a city like Chicago, there. In an event captured by Earth-based telescopes in August, 2 neutron stars entered a death spiral and collided. The collision released more energy than has been released during our sun's entire lifetime. It also emitted emitted electromagnetic waves and space-time ripples, the scattered heavy elements like gold and platinum across the universe. Excuse my little brief thing there. Mal, go ahead and take it for traffic.
Good morning, Tanner. We're going to be tracking those traffic patterns this morning as people start to flood into Muncie for homecoming. Let's take a look now at our regional map. We've got an outlook of Indianapolis up to Muncie. You're gonna, if you're heading to Muncie today from out of town, you're gonna expect some slowdowns heading up on 69 northbound. There's a bunch of construction starting around the Fishers area. So if you're heading that way, expect some slowdowns. From there, probably all the way up to Muncie, you can see that exclamation point there. There's construction right off the exit, north and southbound, I-69 into Muncie. Let's take a look now, zooming into our Muncie area. You can see there's some more X's. Those are road closures. So down here by State Road 35, that's the Tillotson Bridge that's been closed for about a year now. So if you're heading up that way, exit 234 from 69, coming from the Chesterfield area, expect to work a way around that, and actually later I'll show you a way that we can actually get around that roadblock. And then up by Muncie, we've got some more construction coming into the city. But let's take a look at those drive times. So if you're heading in northbound from Indianapolis to campus, we're looking at an average speed of 68 miles per hour, drive time of around 65 minutes, just a little over an hour for your commute. If you're heading up from Alexandria, or down, I should say, from Alexandria to campus, your average speed is 45 miles per hour. That's a drive time of 27 minutes. And if you're heading up from Richmond to campus, taking Indiana US 35, your average speed is 52 miles per hour. Again, just a little over an hour, sitting at 70 minutes. Right now, we're actually going to take a look at those roads with our traffic, our mobile traffic, I should say, mobile weather tracker. Gabe Pro, what do you got out there for us?
It's looking pretty good right now out at the roads. And basically, we've seen some fog a little bit earlier this morning, but clearing out now with that sun kind of burning out, burning the fog off. Now taking a look, driving through Albany right now, conditions are pretty clear if you're making your way back into Muncie from the north. That's a look at your traffic right now. With your mobile weather tracker, I'm Gabe Pro.
All right, well, thank you, Gabe. And coming up, check out what President Jeffrey Mearns had to say on our show. That's coming up next.
Welcome back. You're waking up with Cardinal weather. Nice drive cam there shot for us. Beautiful morning.
I love those drive cam shots. Those cool new shots that we're doing here on Cardinal weather. It's pretty cool stuff.
It is pretty cool stuff. Yeah, and I think we're gonna go right to the stadium, if I'm correct.
Welcome back, guys. The time is 8:15, and let's take a look at your national weather for you. There are some storms moving into the Great Plains, as we will see the risk for severe weather today. We have an enhanced risk for parts of Oklahoma and even northern portions of Texas as well. The severe risks associated with these storms is large hail and damaging winds, so that's something to be prepared for and look out for the rest of today. Looking in for our winter outlook, we're going to be average for this time of year. Muncie is going to be average for this time of year, but cooler than normal and wetter than normal are going to be portions to the north as well, such as in Oregon and Montana, but warmer than normal is going to be seen farther south into portions of Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona as well. Now, for portions warmer than normal, Florida, you can start to see that those will be portions and coastal regions such as the North Carolinas and South Carolinas will be warmer than normal. A little bit drier is going to be Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona for this time of year. Now, as Kaylee mentioned before, football, there's going to be a game tomorrow as homecoming is tomorrow, but it's going to be great conditions across the state. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect. And the games kick off for Cowboys and the 49ers. It's going to be highs in the middle to upper 70s with partly cloudy conditions overall as well. And the game Cardinals versus the Rams, it's going to be very hot, 94 degrees as well. So very nice conditions, a little bit hot, but going over into the Middle West, we can start to see the Jaguars against the Colts. Conditions, the rain starts to move in just a little bit with partly cloudy conditions, highs in the middle to upper 70s as well. And overall, you can start to see this game against the Titans and the Browns as well. Conditions in the middle to upper 70s. So overall, middle 70s across the states with partly cloudy conditions. A few areas might see a little bit of rain as well, but down south in the football forecast for Florida, it's going to be a nice one, very hot as well, a high in 86 degrees with partly cloudy conditions. Today's highs, they range across the states, middle to upper 70s for the Midwest, down south in Miami, 83 degrees, and on the East Coast in the 70s as well. Back to you, Tanner.
All right, thank you, Molly. Earlier this week, Hurricane Ophelia made landfall in the British Isles, winds exceeding 80 miles per hour, damaging buildings and uprooting trees. Apart from the damage, Ophelia is making headlines for another reason. At first glance, this might appear as snow, but in a rare phenomenon, Hurricane Ophelia seemingly engulfed the town in sea foam due to strong winds and strong ocean currents. The foam created on the wake was blown ashore, covering regions of the Cleeves, a town within Lancashire, United Kingdom. The occurrence disrupted traffic as the foam created extremely slick conditions.
Well, thank you, Tanner. If you logged onto Google yesterday, you would have seen this new logo that was created to honor Indian astrophysicist Subramanian Chandrasekhar for his birthday. He was the first astrophysicist to win the Nobel Prize in Physics. He is best noted for his theories in the life cycles of stars. While he worked on his theories in the 1930s, he was not honored with the Nobel Prize until 1983. Now, NASA later named their X-ray observatory after Chandrasekhar. Thursday would have been his 107th birthday.
Astronomy may not be the first thing you connect with during Halloween, but the Charles W. Brown Planetarium here at Ball State produced a show that just does that. Halloween Celestia, or Origins, teach the history of Halloween. Assistant Planetarium Director Danya Thompson said the connection is something that not everyone expects.
People are really surprised when they find out that Halloween and astronomy do have a connection. There's a lot of aspects to it, and there's a few things in your night sky that are kind of spooky and Halloween-y too that you can see during the show.
And yeah, that's great. And coming up, we'll have a look at what's trending now. That's all after your weather now.
You're waking up with Cardinal weather.
8:20 now. Welcome back. You're waking up with Cardinal weather. Hey, a beautiful shot down there in New Albany.
Very nice drive cam. Very sunny skies this morning. A beautiful morning.
That's right.
Perfect Friday for homecoming week here in Ball
Yeah,
State's
it
campus.
really is. And we want to address a few things. There has been a few technical issues. We will push through it, however, nonetheless.
We always do.
Yeah, we always do. Let's go ahead and take it over to the stadium. Looks like we have some more talk about this weekend's game. Tony and Kaylee?
We're back here live at Schumann Stadium where we have a little bit of some trash talk going on off the air. Josh is saying that he's like this great athlete. Kaylee's saying she could cover him in heels, all of this kind of stuff. So we're about to find out. This is not a Division I standard football. It's a little, flat. But Josh has his receiver's gloves on. Did you play football in high school?
Golf.
Okay, yeah, close enough. So Josh is going to go back to his...
I play football.
There we go, yeah, see? So Josh is going to go back to his glory days. And Kara, you got the cannon for us?
Yep.
Kaylee's going to cover him. I'll hold on. I'll take good care of the iPad. And let's see what we can do here.
Let's run some routes.
All right,
shall we?
You ready?
All right, let's do it.
I don't know where to start.
All right, you guys ready?
Kaylee was the one that played football. She doesn't know where to
And
stand.
what route are we running?
We're gonna do a little 5 and in.
5 and in. All right, there we go.
All right, here we go. Hike.
Oh. Yeah, so we're never going to see Josh again.
He's good.
Yep, there we go. He's still, yep. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh
there
my
we
gosh.
go.
So now that Kaylee's gotten her workout in for the year,
Yeah.
what can we expect in this upcoming weather?
It's pretty cold out right now. So
Oh, Josh is coming back.
Josh
There we
won't
go. All right.
won't be sweating as he's running back down the field. So currently in Muncie, we're sitting at 52 degrees right now, approximately. So we're seeing a beautiful clear sky here this morning as the sun is starting to rise just behind us. So a great day in the forecast. We see temperatures in the upper 40s towards the northern part of the state and as well as the southern part of the state. So we are seeing temperatures in Indianapolis and Muncie a little bit warmer. That's due to that urban heat island effect. So we have a little bit more building coverage, so we're going to be staying a little bit warmer here. Now today is bed races, like I mentioned earlier. We'll be seeing mostly sunny skies, 76 degrees for a high. Very, very nice day. It should be a great day for that event. Make sure you head out to that. It's a really, really fun event every year. Forecasted highs for today will be in the upper 70s for the most part. So we're seeing 77 degrees mostly across the state, 78 approximately degrees here in Muncie. So way above average, normally around 65 degrees. So definitely a much warmer day ahead. Literally out of breath after running. And tonight we're going to expect lows to get down to around 55 degrees with mostly clear skies, so that will allow our temperatures to drop down just a little bit as this high pressure system continues to hover over our area, bringing those above average temperatures. The weekend looks fabulous. So Saturday, a high of 75 degrees for that Ball State homecoming football game against Central Michigan with mostly sunny skies. Mostly cloudy skies for Sunday as that cold front starts to move into our area along with that low pressure system, bringing a few of those rain showers. So we've got a high of 70 degrees. It is actually only a 40% chance of rain, so that's a little bit of a mistake there, but that's okay. We'll just mostly be seeing those scattered rain chances throughout the area, but still could be an issue for a lot of people on Sunday. If you're heading down to Indianapolis for the Colts game, definitely be aware that you may need to bring the rain gear with you if you're heading out to the game. Luckily, closed roof probably for Sunday, so no rain will affect the game. Precision cast as we break down those rain chances on Sunday. Most of those will try to stay mostly west to us, but depending on how fast that cold front advances, those storms could move in earlier or possibly later throughout the day. A lot of the models are going back and forth on the timing of this storm, so by the middle of the afternoon, early evening, we'll be seeing those rain showers mostly to the west of the state, but we'll start to move through the area around Sunday night, and we could see those rain showers moving into Monday as well. So if we look at your 7-day forecast, again, Friday, today, a beautiful day, 76 degrees. Saturday, high of 75 degrees, very, very warm, but above average. Sunday, that front moves through, high of 70 degrees. Monday, high of 67 degrees, so it cools down a little bit as this cold front moves through with a 40% chance of rain, 30% chance of rain on Tuesday with a high of 60 degrees, and we get back to those fall-like temperatures for Wednesday and Thursday. So definitely enjoy these warm temperatures while they last here in Muncie, because we'll start to see those fall-like temperatures come back into the forecast next week. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Do you know what should have been trending? That run of Josh right there.
You know, it was pretty impressive. He might want to stick to broadcasting. But he looked good, so I mean, good for him. He scored the touchdown. That's what's important. That's what's
he
important.
scored it more than our teams do. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh man,
anyway.
Subtle drag.
All right, time to see what's trending now. Big changes coming to handbag maker Coach. Anyone want to take a guess what it is?
No way.
All right. Well, anyway, the company recently announced that they will change its corporate name to Tapestry. Fox 59 in Indianapolis reports that Coach's stocks fell 2% after it made the announcement. But don't worry, stores and the handbags will still remain under the Coach brand. Kate Spade and boots maker Stuart Weitzman, which is still owned by Coach, will also keep their name. So good to know that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I am a big Kate Spade and Coach fan, so
same.
I'm glad that they're sticking with what they already have.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that their like numbers fell though after that. I mean, Coach is like a pretty prominent name.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time,
Yeah,
and I'm
absolutely.
really surprised that they're changing the name.
Everybody needs change. I don't know.
Change it up a little bit.
I would be old with
Spice
the
things
new.
up. Well, another company that is spicing things up, guys. Do you guys like food?
Oh, I love
food. Of course,
Everybody loves food. And we all love Facebook as well. Facebook Live helps us present our show every day.
That's
Facebook is making an effort to help feed its hungry users. The popular social media site is now allowing people to order food through the app, and it's pretty simple.
Amazing.
I like it too, Matt. I like it too. To order, you log into your Facebook and visit the Explore page where you will find the order food option. Facebook then steps in and helpfully places the restaurants that are closest to you in an order guide that is easily accessible. So, ordering out just got a whole lot easier.
This is revolutionary.
Yeah, guys, I always complain when Facebook comes out with a new update because they always change stuff, but I think I can live with this change,
I think we're all going to like this one.
I think so too. I think that it may have made people just a tad bit lazier, but I don't think anyone's complaining about it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Sticking with the food trend, guys, there's a new Dorito flavor on the block. Anyone want to take a guess?
Ooh, is it hot?
It definitely is hot because it is wasabi.
Ooh.
The company announced that the flavor will be available in the United States for just a limited time. Wasabi beef flavor has been around in Japan since 2015. Isn't that crazy, guys?
It's kind of gross.
It
I'm
is
not going to
kinda
lie.
gross.
I don't think I need to
I'm
try
not
that.
into it.
I love Doritos. I don't love wasabi.
Billy, I'll give you $5 if you try it.
I'll do just about anything for $5. I will probably do that. We can probably work that out.
You want to shake on it?
We'll
All
shake
right,
on it.
sounds
Next
good.
show, we'll have that for you.
All right.
Next show, we will have the
All
wasabi
right.
Doritos.
Well, that is a look at what is trending now. 8:28 right now. Looks like we're going to go take a look at your local weather.
Good morning. We're back here at Schumann Stadium where today is going to be a fabulous day. A little chilly out here right now.
just a little.
Just a little bit, but we've started to take our jackets off. It's not as cold as it was when we first got here, so definitely a great day ahead if you are heading out to the bed races today. Beautiful day. We'll be a high of around 75 degrees today.
Nice.
Very light winds. So we'll be talking more about that in the next half an hour.
you're looking at. Beautiful day out here in Muncie. Meanwhile, back inside the Ball State Weather Center, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. And guys, there is something new coming to Muncie. Listen to this. Muncie's AMC movie theater is receiving some significant changes.
Some big changes, Tanner. The popular spot located near the Muncie Mall is set to become an IMAX theater as a part of its ongoing renovation process. Wow. The updated theater will also feature recliner seats, new paint and carpeting, as well as an updated concession stand including items such as hot dogs and flatbread pizza. Liquor will also be available for purchase at a separate counter, guys. So
okay. I'm about it.
You know where I'll be.
AMC stepping it up.
At that movie theater.
Yeah, they really are stepping it up. And I thought it was a nice movie theater to begin with.
Absolutely.
It is really nice, actually.
Yeah.
And I don't really, where I'm from, we have IMAX. I've never been to an AMC.
You've never been to an IMAX?
I don't
no,
think
I've never been to an AMC.
Okay. I don't think I've been to an IMAX either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're really cool.
Yeah,
they're really cool.
I hear
so
it's really
exciting.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, back in California, the Folsom Dam finally reopened Tuesday after 9 years of construction. It now has a $900 million auxiliary spillway and approach channel. Officials say the spillway will release water from the Folsom Lake earlier and more safely during a high water event. The Army Corps of Engineers said the spillway offers 200-year level protection, which means there is a 1 in 200 chance of flooding in any given year. And more technical difficulties as we push through this Friday morning. It's homecoming week, though, so we can't be too mad about it.
We can't be too mad.
Yeah.
All right, well, the Muncie Library is putting a new spin on education, guys, and their program allows students to challenge themselves to learn more about what's inside the classroom. And Mal, you have a little more explanation on that process.
Yeah, I actually sat down with the guy who runs the program. It's called Digital Climbers, and it's an after-school program where kids can come and to continue their learning. All they have to do actually is walk from Longfellow Elementary School across the street to Connection Corner.
You feel smarter, right? And they say, well, yeah. And I say, well, I can see it. I just saw it happen. That's awesome.
And that's the whole point of digital climbing. Kids ages 8 and up can come here after a day of learning to use their brain in a different way. Digital mentor Stuart Cotton provides the kids with projects they can work on to challenge how they think.
So a lot of these challenges are STEAM-based. That's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So every challenge here is educational on some degree.
But he doesn't want this program to remind kids exactly of what they do at school.
And after 8 hours of doing that, you just kind of want to be free for a second and explore the world the way you want to. So we offer this opportunity for kids to do that.
Each challenge the kids complete earns them points. By working on something for just 10 minutes, they can earn 1 point.
Once they've completed that challenge, I write down on a slip what they've completed, and at the end of the day, I put all these in the computer so the next day or the next week or the next month, whatever they come back next, we can know exactly how many points they've spent, and they have left to spend.
He knows the program is working because in just over 1 year, more than 200 kids have earned 8,000 points. That's roughly 100 hours of voluntary work from kids. Stewart says he uses his role to teach these kids skills they'll be able to use later in life.
So I got a rule around here where I say, use your words, not your hands. So I'll walk around and I won't pick up the thing and show you how it's done, but I try to walk you through the logic of why it is that this thing's being put together this way.
Yeah, guys, now the program runs 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Monday through Wednesday, the kids can come in and they can do those challenges, earn their points, and then on Thursday, it's kind of like a free day for them, so they can hang out with their friends, play video games, that kind of stuff. So actually, all you have to do if you want to get your kids interested is you can send them over after school. They can get signed up and get started.
It's so cool, to see such a cool program, keeping the kids involved, keeping them out of trouble.
I know. I wish I had something like that
think
when I
it's
was
a
kid.
really big, he was telling me that that Muncie kind of spearheaded this program, and now it's in places like Carmel and Kokomo.
Oh, very cool.
So I think the
Expanding.
necessity was here in Muncie, and other people are just kind of picking up on it.
Well, that is fantastic, Mel. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And coming up in our next half hour, an exclusive interview with Ball State's President Jeffrey Mearns, as well as some popular homecoming traditions. You're waking up with Cardinal weather.
It's 8:30. Here's what's coming up. On the lookout, severe weather threatens the Great Plains. Potential hail and straight line winds possible. We're tracking the latest.
Good morning. This is Jeff Mearns.
Here comes the president. President Jeffrey Mearns sits down with us for an exclusive interview. He'll bring us your weekend outlook.
And happy homecoming. From bed races to the big game, we have it all covered right here at your homecoming headquarters.
You're waking up with Cardinal weather.
And welcome back. You're waking up with Cardinal weather. 54 degrees outside right now. It's so lovely outside. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
You know, I feel like I thought fall was here to stay. It's supposed to get into the, maybe mid to high 70s,
Yeah.
I think, this weekend, but next week's looking pretty chilly again. I really love this fall weather.
I'm
excited.
I am so excited
We
about
got
it.
these new Cardinal weather quarters
I
to
know,
stay
to keep
warm
us warm.
in, and it's one of us has to change, I think.
Yeah.
We didn't coordinate this very well, but that's all right.
Well, it's okay. Well, meanwhile, guess who did a local forecast for us? It was our own president, Jeffrey Mearns. Take a look.
Good morning. This is Jeff Mearns. I have the privilege of serving as the president of Ball State University, and it's my great good fortune this morning to deliver a wonderful weather forecast for homecoming weekend. We're taping this early on Thursday afternoon, and as you see on your screen, it's a wonderful afternoon here on our Ball State University campus. It's a sunny 74 degrees with light winds, and it's a beautiful weather all across the state of Indiana. As you can see, all across sunshine, all across the state of Indiana, and there is no rain in the forecast here in Indiana or really any of the adjoining states. This evening what we're looking at is a cooler evening. It's heading into the mid-60s throughout the evening, into the mid to low 50s overnight, which lays the groundwork for a wonderful Friday afternoon as we anticipate our homecoming football game on Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow, the forecast high is about 75 or 76 degrees, but when we start the bed races at 11 a.m., which I know is a wonderful tradition on our campus, it should be in the upper 60s, maybe about 70 degrees. So a wonderful day. Please come out and join us in watching those bed races tomorrow afternoon. Then on Saturday, we're anticipating another lovely day out at Schumann Stadium. By kickoff time, it should be a sunny 75 degrees. It'll be a little cooler in the morning when the parade starts at 10 a.m. I hope you'll all join us to come out for the parade. By the time Charlietown and the tailgates kick off at around noon, it should be about 70 degrees, but it's going to be a wonderful day to watch our Cardinals win their third home football game of the season this year. The 7-day forecast looks good, but it starts to get some rainy weather on Sunday and Monday, but then the clouds will dissipate on Tuesday and Wednesday, and by Thursday we'll have bright sunshine but cool temperatures back here on our campus. So thank you for joining me this morning. How did I do? Is I maybe going to be able to get to do sports? Oh, the tape's still running. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you very much, President Mearns. He did a fantastic job, and I think we should bring him back for a sports segment.
He's
sure.
quite a natural.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sports
Quite a
with the
natural.
president.
Yeah, that'd be
Yes,
really
absolutely.
fun. Yeah.
We would love that.
It was a pleasure to have him in with us in the studio
It was,
yesterday,
yeah.
and you guys actually had the opportunity to sit down with him and ask him a few questions.
Yeah, we did. You know, he talked everything from coming to Ball State for the first time to what his favorite movie was. It was such a fun interview.
And we also got to do a speed round of just some fun questions, just so not only the students, but really everybody could get to know him a little bit better.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at that interview with President Mearns.
So, you know, you're well underway with your first academic year here at Ball State. How has that transition been from, you know, NKU to Ball State? NKU is probably what, like 14,000 students to here, where, you know, we have a little more students, around 22,000.
Yeah, so the universities are similar in some respects, but as you suggested, Ball State's probably about 50% larger. Also a more traditional residential university campus, so there's some things that are different, but the transition overall has been very good. People have been very welcoming. There was one advantage by starting in May. It was a little quieter on campus, so it gave me an opportunity to meet faculty and staff. It gave me an opportunity to meet with our alumni and to meet with people in the community, and then to prepare for the return of the vast majority of students in August. So it's been very good, and now that all the students are back and have been back for a couple months, I've had wonderful opportunities to engage with our students in a variety of ways, and that's why I'm so grateful and pleased to be with you today.
What would you say your favorite experience on campus has been?
Wow. You know, some of the concerts in Sursa Hall, I've been so impressed with the talent, the creative talent of our students, but it would be hard to pick one particular experience, but those have been very enjoyable. I'd say a couple of the other experiences, I've had a chance to meet with orientation leaders, I've had to meet with a group of RAs. My wife Jennifer and I also had an opportunity to host students to our home, to our new home over at Bracken House. We had 3 picnic dinners in the space of about 5 days before classes started. I think there were probably 400 or 450 new students who were at each one of those 3 picnics, and that was a great time to get to know students in a more casual setting and in our home.
Yeah, of course. That's awesome. And kind of going along with that, what would you say the biggest challenge has been?
So I think the biggest challenge for any new member of a university community, particularly somebody like me who comes from the outside, is the university is large. So 22,000 students, you know, more than 3,000 faculty and staff. So there are a lot of people to meet, and so I've been spending time doing walking tours of campus. I've been visiting the colleges.
We've seen you in the UML here a few times.
Came through here a couple of weeks ago. So the biggest challenge is getting to know the people. You know, you can read about a university, you can read the website, you can read materials, but that really only gives you one sense, one perspective on a university. You really can't get a full perspective of a university until you get out to meet the people. So it's both a challenge, but it's also a great opportunity, because I love having the opportunity to meet our students and meet with our faculty and staff, hear about why they have chosen to come to Ball State, why they've chosen to stay at Ball State, what their hopes and ambitions are, both personally but also for the entire university. So it's been a challenge in the sense of it takes some time, but it's been a wonderful opportunity, a wonderful experience for me.
And I think you've done such a tremendous job with your presence on campus. I've seen posts of you at so many different events and just how involved you are, and I think that's just wonderful.
Well, it's the best part of the job. While I take seriously, and it's important for me to spend time in my office and in a conference room in my office, but the best part of the job is the opportunity to meet with so many different people. And we've had probably more than a half a dozen alumni events. I've literally met alumni already from coast to coast. We had an event in Washington, D.C. We were in California in July. We've had a number of events in Indiana, and one in Cincinnati and one in Chicago. So, as I say, the best part of the job is meeting all the people.
You know, so it is homecoming week, obviously.
It is. And I did great weather. I delivered
did.
great
That
weather.
was
Thank you.
You did.
Thank you.
So, you know, we've had a few events this past week. You know, the Homecoming Royalty Talent Search event. You know, we have bed races tomorrow, football game on Saturday. What are you most looking forward to, or what have
So I'm looking forward to Fan Jam.
Yeah.
I understand that that's quite an event.
Yep.
So Jennifer and I plan to attend Fan Jam tonight. I also am looking forward to the bed races. Some students were encouraging me to actually participate in the bed races. I want to see what this, maybe someday.
Well, they wear helmets.
I want to see what this looks like first. And then I'm really looking forward to the parade. I know there's going to be about 130 different cars and floats, but I'm planning to actually walk the parade route so I can get a chance to get out of the car and meet the people who have lined up, both the people in the community as well as the students who gather in the village. So, and that's why it's so wonderful that it's great weather.
Yeah, and then the big game on Saturday against Central Michigan. Hopefully we take them down. Third home win.
We're 2-0 at home this year.
Yep.
I also earlier this afternoon had a chance to stop by and visit for a few minutes with Coach New.
Okay.
As you know, our team has faced some challenges this year with some injuries, but I was so impressed talking to the coach about his ability to really motivate and inspire his athletes that notwithstanding those injuries, they're going to come together as a team, and I'm pretty confident that they're going to play really well. I'm very proud of the way that they've faced this adversity.
Oh, sure, yeah. Great interview, and there's still a little portion of that interview we haven't shown yet. It's actually the speed question round. That was the most fun part to film.
I think, it was a lot of fun, and we really enjoyed that. And I think President Mearns did as well.
Yeah.
He had some interesting answers.
Yeah, he really did. So why don't we take a look at some more interesting answers. Here's the speed question round. It wouldn't be an interview on Cardinal weather if we didn't have a little fun.
Okay.
So we're going to play a little speed round.
Okay, I'm ready.
going to say a question and you just go right for it, okay? All right, first question. If you could vacation anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Well, we go to vacation every year in Maine, but if I could pick one place to go on a special vacation, I'd like to go back to Italy.
Ooh, where did you go in Italy?
Well, we stayed in Umbria, and my son, who's a college sophomore, is actually spending his entire fall semester in Italy. And my wife actually just got back last night. She spent the last week visiting him there.
Good for them.
I'd love to go back to Italy. If you've never been, the food is wonderful, the scenery is fabulous. So I'd like to go back there again.
Yeah. All right, so switching gears a little bit. If you were stranded on an island and could have one item with you, what would that item be?
One item with me? Besides food and water so that I'd survive?
Yeah. Yep, so just assume you have those.
I'd probably want to have my running shoes so that I could actually just enjoy the scenery. If I'm stranded on a desert island, at least I can run on the beach.
Might as well enjoy it, right?
Right.
And you're a big runner.
I used to run an awful lot, and now I still shuffle along. My secret is I get out early while it's still dark so that no one can see how slow I run any longer, but I do still run regularly.
Okay, very cool. Will you be on Saturday running the 5K?
Well, I wanted to, but as you may know, that race starts at 9:45, and it runs the same route. So maybe next year I can persuade somebody to start the running race early enough so that I can run the race and then jump in a car and get back into the parade.
Sure,
but with the current time schedule, I can't do it.
What would you sing at karaoke night?
Oh boy. First of all, I probably wouldn't sing at karaoke night. I'd be better at, what is it, when you lip sync? I'd probably be much better at lip syncing, so that you could hear the good music and then I could pretend like I'm singing. But I'm a big James Taylor fan, so if I could sing, I would try to sing a James Taylor song.
Okay.
Since Halloween is coming up, what are you dressing up as?
I'm probably not dressing up.
Oh, come on.
Halloween, my wife loves Halloween. And she's really excited. She loves greeting all the kids who come to the house. So I'm usually one handing out candy, or when my kids were young, I would walk around with them. But I probably not planning to dress up for Halloween.
Do you guys decorate the house and get everything
We've done
ready?
a little bit in the past, and but so I don't know quite what they have in store for us at Bracken House. But my wife is really looking forward to having the children come by on Halloween.
I was going to say, are you going to be handing out candy on
Yeah,
Halloween?
we'll probably be handing out candy, and she's a big fan of that because she loves seeing the little kids. So if I don't know it, but I suspect she's already gone out and bought large amounts of candy. So if there are young kids out there in the audience and you want big candy bars and come to our house, because my wife she does not skimp on the holiday treats.
I might have to.
Maybe I'll be trick-or-treating.
But she doesn't give it if you don't show up in a costume. So if you're going to show up, you got to show up in a costume if you want.
Yeah, like I said, fantastic interview with that guy. He's such a nice person. All right, well, coming up, we'll have a look at some popular homecoming traditions. That's when we come back.
standing in front of the camera? Good morning, everyone. Here we're live on Riverside as the bed races take place today at around 11 a.m. just right behind us. So the road will be closing fairly quickly this morning, and it's a beautiful day outside. Tony.
It definitely is. It'll be kind of interesting to see how the bed races come together, because you can see there's a lot of construction going on that hasn't been here in years past. But it'll be, as we said, a lot of fun to see. Registration is going to take place right over here, right by the Woodworth and Doherty residence halls, and so it'll be really, like we said, a fun time this morning to see the bed races kick off. It's a very unique and interesting tradition for Ball State homecoming, for sure.
Yes, we have a lot of unique traditions here at Ball State, and I think that's the most fun part about being part of homecoming here at Ball State. And so I'm really excited for this. So we have nice weather here, but out in the plains, it's not going to be so nice today. We've got a severe weather threat in the area for most of the Great Plains. So if we look here, we've got an enhanced risk for parts of Oklahoma, northern Texas, as well as southern Kansas. So the threats for this are going to be large hail as well as some very high damaging winds. So definitely be aware of that if you are in any of these areas. The severe weather threat does stretch all the way from around Wisconsin and Minnesota all the way down to Texas and Louisiana. So this is a major threat across the United States as this cold front starts to move throughout the area. As we transition to winter, so no snow right now in the forecast, but this is what we're looking at for the winter outlook. More up towards Seattle, the state of Washington, Montana, and Idaho, we're going to be cooler and wetter than normal. Now, most of the southern half of the United States going up more towards just south of Maine and a little bit parts of New York, as well as this all the way spanning over into southern portions of Idaho and California, will be warmer than normal. Here in central Indiana, we will most likely be staying around average for our winter, but just south of that in most of Texas, as well as Arizona and New Mexico and southern parts of Louisiana will be warmer and drier than normal. So definitely expect not as much rainfall or possibly any of that snowfall down there, and will be much warmer than normal. Now, Sunday kicks off NFL football, and it will be great mostly across the country. We will be seeing temperatures pretty warm in California. Moving over, we'll be seeing pretty nice temperatures as well for Indiana and Pennsylvania, and the rest of the country looks great as well. Besides those areas near that cold front, we'll see maybe just a few rain showers. So we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Kaylee. Coming up, we have a look at your traffic. That's all after your weather now.
You're waking up with Cardinal weather.
Weather Center, 53 degrees outside Muncie, Indiana, and Mal Wheel joins us now with a look at the morning commute. Mal, thank you.
Yeah, good morning, Billy. We're tracking those traffic patterns once again as people are starting to come into Muncie for homecoming. We want to get everybody prepared for their routes into the city just so they know what to expect. So this is taking a look at our regional map right now. We've got Indianapolis up to Muncie. So if you're heading from the Indianapolis area, you're going to hit 69 and you're going to want to expect some traffic in that area because around the Fishers area, there's going to be about 3 stops where there's heavy construction. So expect some slowdowns on your way up to Muncie. Also, important to note that at 69 where the exit gets off to Muncie, there's also some construction. The exit is open, but I would still expect some slowdowns in that area as well. Let's take a look into the Muncie area. those X's on the screen, those show you that those are road closures. So down at the bottom right here, we've got on near State Road 32, that's a closed road. That's actually the Tillotson Bridge that's been closed for about a year now. They're finishing up the construction on that soon, but I would expect an alternate route from that area. So if you're leaving from the Daleville-Chesterfield area, you might want to just hop on 69 and get off at exit 241 for Muncie. And then let's take a look at those drive times. So if you're heading into campus from the Indianapolis area, northbound on 69, you're looking at an average speed of 68 miles per hour, just over an hour for the drive time, 65 minutes. Also important to note that if you're heading down southbound on 69 from Fort Wayne, you're looking at about an hour and 26-minute drive time, around 70 miles per hour for the average speed. If you're heading down from Alexandria to campus, the average speed is 45 miles per hour. You're looking at about a 27-minute drive time. And if you're heading up from Richmond to campus, you're looking at an average speed of 52 miles per hour. Again, just over an hour at 70 minutes for that drive time. We're going to take a look now at the roads with Gabe Pro. He's going to show us what's going on out there.
Actually, we're going to bring it back to the desk now. We had a little technical difficulty there.
You guys have a pop culture rundown.
Yes, we do. 8:57 is the time right now. It's time for our pop culture rundown. First on the list,
Hurricane Harvey, Irma, Jose, and Maria left people devastated all across the nation. Country artists like Jason Aldean, Dierks Bentley, Garth Brooks, Carrie Underwood, and more are all coming together to host a concert for those affected by the hurricanes. The concert is organized by Red Light Management in conjunction with Live Nation and will be at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. The concert, named Country Rising, will take place on November 12th, and tickets go on sale today, actually, at 10 a.m.
Ooh, very
really
nice.
Cool. I'd like to check that out. That'd be a fun time.
I think it's a great event. I think it's a really great event.
Yeah, and meanwhile, hey, NASA is doing something really cool this year. This story might seem a little familiar because we actually brought you a similar story over Lego creating a set of figures to honor women who inspired the movie Hidden Figures. It's a great
Love
movie.
that movie.
Yeah, just yesterday, Lego presented the final design of a new set called Ladies Rock Outer Space. Maya Weinstock's goal of this set was to create women involved in STEM, or portray them who are involved in STEM fields. Weinstock said, quote, "With this project, I wanted to spotlight a fantastic group of women who have made seminal contributions to NASA's history. The figures included in the set are Nancy Grace Roman, Margaret Hamilton, Sally Ride, and Mae Jemison. This set will be available to purchase starting on November 1st.
That's wonderful.
I know what we're asking for Christmas.
I know.
Yes, of course.
And we could get some for the set and, have them
Have
Set
a
'em
Lego
up right
segment
here.
right here on Cardinal WX.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it'll be
Love that.
awesome. Well, guys, we do have one last final look at weather before we go. It is Friday, 76, partly cloudy, Saturday, warm temperatures for that BSU football game. Looking forward to that. Sunday, you could see a little rain, 40% chance, 70 degrees there with a low overnight of 53. Meanwhile, into 55 degrees later next week.
Good look at that final weather. And Katie, you have a look at some homecoming events coming up this weekend.
Yes, as our show is closing to an end, I just wanted to kind of list off what is happening the rest of this weekend in relation to homecoming.
Absolutely.
So, as this program is coming to an end, we have the bed race today at 11 on Riverside. That should be a lot of fun. I know students, faculty, and alumni teams are all competing on Riverside Avenue. You can join runners and walkers on Saturday morning for the 2017 Homecoming 5K. The event starts at 9:45 a.m. at Muncie City Hall and will end at Scotty's Brewhouse in the Village. The official Ball State University Homecoming Parade takes place just shortly after the 5K begins at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Themed as Cardinals around the world with submissions from Ball State community members, you can watch the floats drive by on campus. And last up, you can cheer on the Cardinals as they take on Central Michigan at Schumann Stadium for the homecoming football game. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. with tickets on sale right now for $24.
Yeah, go Cardinals for sure on Saturday.
Go Cardinals, go.
Yep, all right, guys. Well, that is all for Cardinal Weather this morning. We hope you enjoyed our show.
And in the meantime, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great rest of your Friday and an awesome homecoming weekend.